Hello, hello. Yes, good morning, everybody. So today is 13th of March 2019, and we're going to look at the forecast, the market overview for today. So the very first thing I'd like to say is that today's contest, we're going to predict the price where we expect Brent oil to be closing on. So you're looking at this chart. This is the chart we're talking about. You need to predict where Brent oil is likely going to close by the end of today. This Brent oil. So you need to say that I expect Brent oil to close. The format I've already given, you can currently see it just below this, below the MT4. There's something that is currently moving from left to right. So you need to say where you expect Brent oil to close by the end of today. So if that prediction is correct, then FreshForex will give you up to 30%, $30 bonus. So we'll move straight to the main chart. Let's see the trades we have for the day. We'll start off with the main pairs first, and then we'll move on to the others, which are Brent oil, gold, and SP500. So we start off here, Euro USD, and as it is on this one, which are looking at a sell, I'm seeing this as a good support. From this point, we have a support, a support, a support, a support. Then price went below it, and currently the price is still below 1.1290. So as long as the price does not rise anywhere above 1.1290, then this should be a very good sell at the end of this week. Like assuming the price closes like that, the way it is now, by the end of this week, then that's going to be a very good place to sell from. We basically want price to give us a good sell signal here. Let it give us some very good sell signal from that point. Then we'll pick that as a sell with a take profit on the lower end, 1.0484. I want to look at this chart maybe from a lesser time frame, maybe 1 hour, daily, something like that, to see if there are other good trades on such lesser time frame. We have that like that. So on this one, I'm going to add an indicator moving average, the first one. Let me make it bold. I'm also going to add the next one, and that should be 200 moving average. If you're on this chart and you see the one which I've just added is 200, I'm marking it red. Then I'm going to add another one which should be 52 moving average, and that's a different color. So in total we have 3 moving averages. From this chart, from whatever is happening now, you can see that the overall trend, even on the daily, is actually downwards. And that downward is supported by this fact that there's a cross between the slow moving average and the fast moving average. So this is still downwards. We expect price to proceed downwards as long as it is contained below these 3 lines. There's also a very good level here which you want to look at. This is just a good support. We have a support, this is a false break, a support, the entire place, a false break above, below, then there's a break below, and now we are below. So this is still a sell. We actually are still waiting for a sell on this one. We want price to clearly give us a sell signal from somewhere around 1.1336 or 1.1301 to pick that sell to the weekly level which you've seen here. So we'll move straight to the next chart. We want to move to GBP USD. Just a second. GBP USD. Let me have that chart loaded once. GBP USD is here, and we're looking at it from the monthly point of view. So far from what I mentioned like some few days ago, there's a level here which price has been using since 1993. We have a support. The price went up, came back to the same support, it went up, back to the same support, it went up, then there's a false break from that support, then there's a clear break to the lower side, it went down, came back to the same place, and now we are looking for a sell. So basically The correct place to sell this pair is actually while the price is around that resistance. It's not where we are saying that you're supposed to buy from. The correct place to sell from is along this resistance here. This is the correct place you want to look for a sell from. That simply means that as it is at the moment, we are still upwards. We want price to proceed up to 1.4246 so that you can pick a sell from that point with a fast take profit at this point. So we are eyeing this line and also the upper one. As it is at the moment, expect price to move even higher. So we'll move straight to the next chart. That should be USD JPY. There we have it. So give me a second, I'll switch back and then I'm going to be on again immediately. Just a second. I've realized there's a correction which needs to be made here, so it's made already. So on this one, from the indicator, the first from the indicator side, this is called ADX, and how it works is this: it has the complete line, which this you can give it any appearance you want. I want to put it to be yellow. Sorry. Should be yellow, and then the line, this one, leave it like that. So the yellow line you're seeing, this indicator has actually three lines. There's the yellow one, there's the red one, and then there's the green one. Anytime you have the yellow one above 25, it means there's a trend, but it does not mention which trend is active. Then anytime you have the dotted red one above the green one, it means the current trend which is active is actually downwards. And anytime you have the green one above the red one, it means the current trend is upwards. So as it is at the moment, the yellow one is below 25, which means there's no active trend, but the green dotted one is above the red one, which means we are likely moving upwards. So that's from the indicator. On the main chart, there's a level here which actually price went above. We want price to correctly trace back up to 110.70 so that you can pick a buy from that point, expecting it to go up to this level. And should price go even higher, then we'll want it to continue up to the top. This is the most possible move we are likely to see. The price should head up to 117.92 in the long run. A resistance. There's a resistance here. If you took a buy from that point, hold on to it up to this point. If you take a buy from that point, hold on to it up to the top. So far we actually took a buy from this point. We are still holding. We are waiting to take another buy from this point. We are still holding. We're also waiting to take another buy from this point, and we are still holding. So I hope that should make sense. That should make at least some little sense now, that we are actually waiting to buy on that pair. We want to buy. We are waiting to buy USD JPY, especially if it can pull back down up to the support which I've just mentioned. Something like this. Just a second. We are waiting for price to pull back down up to this level. Let it try going up, then it should pull back down, but should be supported by this support, where we'll pick a buy from that point, expecting it to go up to 114.005. So that should be it. Let's move to the next symbol, and before I continue, I want to mention something here, that assuming you're listening to this webinar at the moment, then there's a contest that is currently going on. You need to predict the price of Brent at the end of the day. Like, you need to mention that I expect Brent to close at this price, and I'm going to write the procedure here, how you'll be able to predict. Like, you need to say your account number, and then Brent oil, and then where you expect the price to be at. The same information you can now see on your screen. It's currently moving, scrolling down. If you look at the MT4 where you are now, at the bottom of the screen there's some written link for the webinar. So that's where you'll need to predict. So the prediction should be on the chart, and I'm going to write there immediately. You'll be able to see. Hello, write predictions here. Write predictions here. So you may want to predict, write the predictions here, and then they'll be uploaded immediately to the chart. Then at the end of the day, if the price which you said is close to the actual price, then FreshForex will give you $30 bonus. So we'll move to the next symbol, that should be SP500 there. So far it's doing good, just as we mentioned some few days ago. We had a level here, a very good support from some point in the past. This is a very good weekly support. We took a buy while price was there. We took another buy while the price was there. We also took another buy. We also took another buy from this point, and we are waiting to pick another buy from that point, and then the last one should be at the top somewhere around this point. So as it is at the moment, if you didn't buy it here, then it's better you remain flat and wait for price to go beyond 2814.2. Wait for price to rise above, retrace back, pick a buy from that point, expecting it to go up to 2937.1. So we are basically going to buy, we bought, we are going to buy, we're also going to buy at some point in the future. So we just don't know when this is going to be, but this should be a very good trade in the future. So on SP500, there is nothing much to be added. We are not going to add much because already the price is moving, as I said some few days ago. We are still holding on to the buy, and therefore you didn't buy it, keep off. But if you've not bought just the same way, you can still wait and buy it when the price above 2814.2. We'll move to the next chart, and that should be Brent oil, the one where currently you're supposed to predict where you expect the price to be at the close of the day. So on this one, I'm still looking at a possible scenario where this commodity should be rising. That's why I'm having my lines like this. I mentioned from this point that I was monitoring the way price was going down and the way it's rising up. You can see there's a move down, then there's a very small retracement, then there's an active move to the lower side, a very small retracement, an active move, a very small retracement, an active move, a very small retracement, then it has continued down, then there's some retracement that's not bigger than the main move. Then for the first time there was this entire place as a retracement, which was bigger compared to the others. Then for the second time, the price actually retraced higher and even went above this retracement. So this was a sign that the price is likely heading upwards. We wanted price to come back down. We expected something like that. The price should continue down, come back up to that support, so that we can pick a buy from that point with a first take profit, the next one, and the last one, and then the stop loss should be here. That's what we expected, but so far that is not happening. So we are still into buying. We still want price just to come back down up to this level so that you can pick a buy from that point, expecting it to go up to the first one, the next one, and then the last one should be at the top. So you are looking at this chart at the moment. This is still a buy. This is still a very good buy, but only if the price can come back down up to this level. So we'll move straight to the next chart, and that should be gold. Gold is here already. And gold, nothing has changed, but you still want price to just to come back to this level. Let it rise up to 13.38, this level, so that we'll pick a sell from that point, expecting it to go up to the bottom. So the reason I'm taking profits here is because from the past records, this is a very active trend line, both on the monthly and the weekly, and as long as it contains price above it, we actually expect price to be proceeding even higher. So you didn't buy it here, you can still have some chance to buy it there, and in case price goes above here, then this is still a very good place to buy from. So let's look at the same chart, maybe from another time frame. So that should be enough for today. And I'm going to mention here that before I conclude that the bonus which is being offered for the current contest is still active. You only need to predict where you expect Euro USD to close by the end of today. I mean Brent oil. If you expect Brent oil to close maybe at around, where's Brent oil here? Assuming you expect Brent oil to close at around 67.70, then you need to mention with the procedure of currently you can see moving just below the screen. So thank you very much. I'm going to write that procedure also just below this screen, below the video if you're on YouTube. I'm going also to upload it there so you're able to see the procedure and also be able to predict. So thank you very much. See you again next time.